You aren't brave, men are brave. Let's take a look at the armored Batman from Batman vs. Superman. Let's do it. What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to another episode of The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, where I unbox, give you my first reaction to all things pop culture. So if you like to see what I see, hit that like, subscribe, get notified when we have new videos. And if you're doing that already, thank you so very much. Don't forget, we do have our 4,000 subscriber giveaway going on. Make sure you enter that. The contest does end by February 14th. Well, today I got a great surprise for you. While I'm under the weather, I've got the sniffles, the cold, the cough, the clap, not the clap, but got all that stuff. So hopefully you'll be able to understand me through my stuffy nose. But we have the Batman vs. Superman Batman Armor Suit Edition, and I've been looking forward to this. And I will have a confession to make. Forgive me. Back in the day, I had my Batfleck battle video, which I'll put a link to, and I called it the DC Murderverse with the Snyder Universe. But you know what? It has its place, it has its own right. And you know what? Ben Affleck's Batman is really growing on me. After watching it a few more times, I think he did a really decent job at being Batman. So we're going to take a look at these figures. I'm excited about these. I really been looking forward to them. But not only this one, the one that most of y'all probably really want to see is that one right there, the Platinum Edition that comes with the Kryptonite Spear. So we'll take a look at both of those, show you the differences, kind of tell you which one you should get, which one you should be on the lookout for. And some of y'all will be like, Jimmy, you should keep this in the box. Well, this one's broken. This box is broken, so it's going to come out of the box. But let's take a look at the box. So there is the front, the side, the back. That is just such intimidating. This is a really cool suit. I loved it from The Dark Knight Returns comic book from Frank Miller, and then of course Batman vs. Superman, they did do it really good justice. And then we have him on the front there. So let's do this. Let's get this out of the box, get both of them out of the box and onto my table through the magic of video cuts right now. So here you have them, folks, both of them side by side, the Batman vs. Superman Armored Batman, and they look and feel incredible. I mean, very heavy, very hefty in the hands, lots of girth to these Batman here, but we will go over some of the articulation, the differences between the two, and compare them to a few other figures. But first of all, let's just give them a little, first of all, let's share with you everything you get in the box. So you do get, of course, the McFarlane card that kind of gives you a little bit of bio. I love that picture. That is so cool. I really loved that suit. I thought it was great. You also get the obligatory stand, and then you get 2 extra hands right there. So, but with that's the only thing you get with the regular. With the Platinum Edition, you get the hands and everything too as well, but the additional thing you get is you get the Kryptonite Spear, which is really nice. I mean, it's flexible, so you can have some I don't know, some dysfunctions with this, so to speak, but it is, you do have it. It is something you can use in your collection to show off him getting ready to kill the Superman. The one thing that would have made this better is if this was kind of a transparent green, so that you can give it a little bit of glow, put some light to it. But other than that, I think it looks really good. And then of course that's the only thing you get in the difference between the two. So we'll move this guy out of the way for right now, and we'll take a look at the regular edition. Let's bring him in a little bit closer, pop this up, and just take a look at that face. That is so good. I think what's great is I think they did a good job because they covered up the face. A lot of times McFarlane has a real hard time getting the faces right, but because this is an armored suit, I think they did a really good job. This is all plastic here. It's all weathered kind of plastic too as well. The cape is soft goods with a wire, so that's awesome. So when you get that cape, you can kind of make it go. And I love the distressed kind of fabric. I don't know if they just went, hey, we got a bunch of torn fabric, so let's put it on there, but I do love that look. But the overall kind of the metal and the dark gray I think looks really good with the gold. Everything's kind of really kind of weathered on this guy. So there he is, kind of just, let's do a rotisserie, front, side, the back, the side, and the front. And from a height standpoint, what you get out of him, let's bring him back to earth. Boom, bring him back down. Bring this back around and shake it all around. You do the hokey pokey. You do get, again, this is the 7-inch figure, so that he is 8 inches tall. If you're looking from centimeters, let me bring out my ruler. So you're looking at approximately 20 centimeters tall there. So pretty nice figure. I think it'll scale well, definitely with all your McFarlane figures and things too as well. But when you look at the two, and you can kind of tell the differences as you kind of look at them both. Let me see if I can keep them standing. That's the one thing I don't like about McFarlane figures sometimes. It's just you got to get them standing just right, and then not breathe on them unless you want to use the stand. But you take a look, I mean, just the two right there. You got the darker paint on this one right here. I'm just going to use this as my pointer. You have the darker paint on this guy and the green shading right here. So if I bring it in closer so you can take a look, but you can see that green kind of to be that glow of the kryptonite. So that is pretty cool. But everything else is the same. The cape is the same color, but you just got the darker look. And so between the two, which one do I like the best? If it didn't have the green shading, I would have liked the darker color the best here. But I get it for the green shading with the kryptonite thing. I just wish they wouldn't have done it. Then I could have just had this more darker kind of gunmetal, kind of like Batman. I think that one to me looks much better than this one right here. So I definitely think that the Platinum Edition looks good. But let's take a look at articulation. You do have the head articulation. Now it's a little bit tough because of his suit right there. You do have, of course, the arm. You can pop it up. And what's so cool is this armor piece right here. It's on a loose plastic, so you can move that out of the way. But you can pop it up, twirl it around. You do have the bend at the elbow, 90 degrees. You have the bend at the wrist and all sorts of stuff that you can do there. 22 points of articulation for McFarlane. Top ab crunch, lower ab crunch, and swivel. You don't quite get the Van Damme with this because of the underwear in the way, but you do get the kick up to the top. And the underwear is a bit softer there. That's cool. Get the kick in the back. You do have a double joint at the knee. And you don't have the twist here. McFarlane doesn't do that. He just likes his people to pose the way they should. You get this rocking ankle here, and then you get the toe tilt as well. So you do have all the articulated points that you can articulate them however you want to. And again, with this cape, you can just take that wire cape and just really muss it up and make it look as cool as you want. You can make it kind of just flying out there like that if you want, or just kind of to the side if we want to. That's kind of cool. But yeah, love that you get that. That is so awesome. So let's do this. Let's bring in some other figures for comparison to this guy. So the two other figures I do have to compare it to here is we have the Batman versus Superman Batman that came out not too long ago. Then we also have Fonjoy's Batman versus Superman that we got to compare it to. So you can kind of tell the three. This was my favorite of the two. But when you look at him, the height, he's a little bit taller, a little bit skinnier. I thought the face was a better representation than over here. But this is how he compares if you were to scale him with Fonjoy or versus McFarlane. You also have, let's see here, I do have a 5-inch McFarlane figure that we can kind of show you. I don't have any Marvel Legends out with me or anything like that, but that's kind of how he will scale accordingly. I think that's definitely, again, with your Marvel, I do need to get a Superman. I need a Batman versus Superman, and I haven't been able to find him yet. So I am on the hunt. If you find him before me, let me know. But there he is. So when you take these into consideration, let's move these guys out of the way. Fonjoy, again, great company, and they're making an armored version, so I can't wait for that one. Which one is your favorite? Do you like the Platinum Edition or the regular edition one the best? Love to hear from y'all on that. Well, you're going to hear from me about that, so come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination with Jimmy G's final thoughts at the chair. So we are back for my final thoughts on the Batman vs. Superman Armored Batman, both the Platinum Edition right here and the regular edition right here. So both of these you can get for about $22.99. If you have a GameStop card, you can get it for 5% off, but you can find this on GameStop, Amazon, Walmart, all those different places. The hard one to find is this one. I think this is like short packed, 1 in every 6 is the Platinum Edition. So what you get with the Platinum, you get the extra smear. You don't get that with the regular Armored Edition. Now the other Armored Edition I'd like is in the Walmart exclusive 2-pack with the Nightmare Batman and the Damaged Armor. That would be a freaking awesome one to get. Right now it's in Scalper Heaven. So hopefully Walmart will get those back in stock, or maybe I can find them on a shelf. I don't know. But between the two, which one do you like better? Do you like the Platinum or do you like the regular? Platinum, regular. For me, on a scale of good, bad, awesome, they are all both very, very awesome. I think that McFarlane did a very, very good job with this sculpt. The only thing that my negative is the ankles are a little bit, just kind of a little loosey-goosey. So just posing it is just a little bit challenging. But other than that, I think they're great. But which one do I prefer? I actually prefer this one, but I would prefer it without the green shaded paint on it. I would prefer it because I do like the darker kind of like more gunmetal-ish looking Batman versus this more silverish one right here. I think this one looks more brooding, more dark. I think this one looks more amazing. But if it didn't have that green shading, this would be perfect. But I understand why they did the green shading, because you get that little spear right there. And so, and the only other thing that would have made this great, that spear was transparent. I think that would have been awesome too as well. But if you are a Batman versus Superman fan, if you're a Batman fan, if you're a McFarlane DC fan, if you're a Dark Knight Returns fan, I think these would be great figures to add to your collection. So go out there and get them. I don't have any kind of reviewer code, so you won't be no affiliate links for me, but go out there, get these guys. I think you'll be very, very pleased. And if you liked this video, maybe consider becoming a member or giving a super thanks, but being a subscriber is just enough. So tune in next time when we talk about something else good, bad, or awesome. And in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. Do you bleed? Do you bleed? We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.